Hello, I am Beth, your resident music nerd, back with a deconstruction from the United States version of the musical Hunchback of Notre Dame. Today we're going to look at Esmerelda, or the Act 1 finale. Now this was suggested by a follower on Instagram, so if there are any songs you want to see deconstructed, head on over there and let me know. I love this musical, so let's get started. Let's start by talking about the word tremolo. It means wavering or trembling, and when you see this marking in sheet music, it means that an instrument should waver between two notes to create this trembling sound. And this happens while Frollo is singing. Now I think it's funny because it's not necessary at all, but it happens anyway, and it just adds a little something cool. So let's listen to it now. Not necessary, but adds a little something. Moving on, I want to talk about the choir, and the choir has so many wonderful parts in the song, and we're going to get to a lot of them. In this part, Phoebus is refusing an order from Frollo, and in the background, the choir is singing God Help the Outcast, the same song that Esmeralda was singing earlier in the musical. And they're beautiful because they have this very pure tone, which creates an innocent feeling, a boy choir feeling, if you were, rather than a very mature, vibrato-filled sound. So it's a very beautiful, heavenly tone, while Phoebus is deciding to do the right thing. Also, to add to the etherealness of this sound, there are some strings just going back and forth between two notes. And that's it. It's very simple, and sometimes simplicity is the best, and it's so beautiful. So let's listen to it now.
Must make a choice. I knew it. She's bewitched you too. You throw away a promising career. Captain! Carry out the order! God help thee!
It's beautiful, it's simple, it's ethereal and heavenly. I love it. Next up, we have Quasimodo singing Fire, Fire, Smoke, and Flames. And on the word flame, there is a symbol that comes in denoting the fire. And that's really smart because this symbol is creating an aural landscape. So not only are we getting the imagery of the fire that Quasimodo is singing about, but we're also getting the aural version, the aural landscape of fire as well. And this is not the first time that symbols have been used to denote fire. Go back to Bambi. Yes, Bambi the Disney movie, and rewatch the forest fire scene. Every single time that fire comes on screen, it's accompanied by symbols. For some reason, symbols are just really good at creating an aural imagery for fire. So let's listen to this fire now.
Fire, fire, smoke and flame. Esmeralda, where are you?
There you go, symbols equals fire. Next up, going along with my elements that don't immediately jump out at you brand, I want to point out this beautiful string line. It's so gorgeous, it's so pretty, and it's happening while Quasimodo or Michael Arden is singing, so let's listen beyond that singing to hear this melody.
With my career and body left for dead, out there somewhere she is.
It's just so pretty, it's so pretty. Going into the final stretch of the song, there is a lot going on, and I think the choir makes this song. For example, they have this beautiful line going, Et dona nobis pacem, pacem, while Lucas Coleman, singing as Claude Frollo, has his part, and I think it adds so much power to his part. It's so powerful, so beautiful, I'm obsessed with it. Let's listen to it.
Comes down to her and me.
I love that, and I think the fact that the pacem is repeated twice makes it perfect, a perfect amount of power. I admit, I've, gone back to that part over and over and just repeated that little section because I am obsessed with it. Now, moving on, there are these crunches going on, and what I mean by crunches is some notes that should clash, but while they clash, they sound satisfying. So a little background, this particular section of the song is in D major, and a D major chord is made up with D, F sharp, and A. Now, Andrew Samansky, singing as Phoebus, is singing a G. Oh, Esmeralda. Now that is between F sharp and A, so it sounds like this. And that's a beautiful, beautiful crunch. I love that so much. So that adds to the thrillingness and the intensity of the song. Now, while he's doing that, Michael Arden, singing as Quasimodo, goes, Oh, Esmeralda. So that creates, Oh, Esmeralda. Sorry. So it's Another little fun crunch that sounds satisfying at the same time. And then finally, Michael Arden goes, wake up the city and sound the alarm. So we have an A and a G crunching together, again creating this thrilling sensation while we're nearing the climax of the piece. So I love that. Oh, also, I almost forgot to say, so Andrew Samsky is just blasting out this G for 11 seconds? Can we talk about lung power? Okay, let's listen to it now. Love that, love that, love that. I cut it off in the middle because I want us to notice this rubato going on. And what rubato means is subtly slowing down or speeding up a tempo for expressive purposes. Now, while the voices are singing "Wake Up the City and Sound the Alarm" and they're all overlapping on top of one another, the strings are just going bump da dun da dun da dun da dun underneath. It's very simple so that we can focus on the voices. Now, when the voices are just holding out all their notes together, then everything, all the instruments have their own melody lines. So we have da 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 da, and while that happens, everything starts speeding up a little bit. It's as if we're hurtling towards the end of the song, and that's rubato when it's all sped up. So I'm gonna go back a little bit, and we're gonna listen to it.
All comes down to her and me.
So lots of things layering in, all the voices layering in, and then everything speeding up, and then slowing down for the final crash of that climax of the song. To cap it all off, let's talk about choirs and bells. I love that while everyone is singing, "These are the flames of Esmeralda," the choir is singing, again adding this oomph and power as it did before. I also love this falling bell line that leads into the melody that's so famous, the Hunchback melody, because it's the bells are tolling. Now, this melody also opened Act 1, so when you have a melody or a musical motif that is at both the beginning and end of an act, or even just a song, that's called bookends. So let's listen to all these things and cap off Act 1 of Hunchback.